Hey yo, y'all remember being in high school and talking to the baddest girl? No matter what grade you were in, no matter what grade she was in, you was just always pulling. I'm talking about like Steph Curry free throw numbers, 90% from the line. And to that I say me either. And if you agree with that, then you were probably chopped in high school as well. A lot of dudes going around claiming they were also chopped and that they had a glow up. But some of y'all don't know chopped like I know chopped. I'm talking about not being able to get past the talking stage. I'm talking about when you do see success, you start questioning yourself, you're immediately like, what the hell, hold on, no, this isn't right. I'm talking about when someone just randomly goes like, y'all be cute together with you and your crush, and she says, ew, hell nah. Those are all things I've experienced, my boy. But one thing I could never understand was, how do people have successful talking stages? For one, a sucky texter. I hate texting with a passion. Also had the confidence of a dead moth. So one thing that I like the ability to do that I don't like the ability to do now was just calling on FaceTime. I'm talking about I'm on FaceTime with a girl, my freaking camera pointed up and shit. I'm talking about sending snap streaks with my the side of my face. Nowadays I just come up with the excuse that I'm photogenic, and I did back then too. Plus also when I got in the talking stage with a girl, I feel like there was always another guy she was talking to. Like I would never see that person and the girl with each other, but then all of a sudden he just pops up out of nowhere. Obviously I didn't get that at the time, but it was always interesting to me. But of course, one of the biggest ways I fumbled when, talking to girls is not talking to girls. Scared to ask them to hang out, scared to ask them for their number over Snap, just overall scared of rejection. I remember back being in middle school, there was dudes talking about how they broke up with a girl just because they didn't like her anymore. I'm in my head like, dang, I wish I had that power. I still remember my first talking stage, junior year of high school. It was going good, but then my dumb ass just stopped talking to her. I don't know if I was nervous or what. Fine ass Asian girl, but I can't regret it too much. One, because I can't live in the past. But two, almost 4 years ago, not too long after high school, I posted on Instagram a gym pic, specifically a mirror pic, and I posted it on my story. And your boy, he kind of had the gains going for him, so consistency in the gym, is where it started. She swiped up on my story and said, oh wow, you look different. And in my head, I'm thinking like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? So that's what I ended up saying. She said, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm just saying you look good. I said, word up, hey, your boy got the confidence going right there. And from there on, it just built up. Now, I'm not gonna walk around and pretend like I'm just some Casanova nowadays, but obviously I have way more success now. Which comes to my second point. Those first few times when you actually see some success, no matter how far it goes, is when you start putting too many eggs in one basket. And that's how, I kind of feel like I get lost in the sauce, or overly confident in myself, or start to overthink, whichever. And that's another thing, you can't let anybody know about your talking stages. If they figure out, hey, that's whatever. But you should never let no one know about your talking stage. Your friends are your biggest ops. You'll learn that. No hate to all them boys back in high school. Do I hang out with them? To this day, no. And I graduated way less than 10 years ago. But you will learn who your biggest op is, your biggest hater and all that stuff. And when you do, distance yourself from that person if possible. Or just let them know what's up. You can't allow yourself to get walked all over. Because once you're cool with it the first few times, they'll be like, oh, well, you didn't have a problem with it. And that's when it really comes to anything, right? Comes to jokes that you don't like that they make and all that stuff. But that's kind of a different video. And I would see dudes have successful women and I'd be like, man, what do they have that I don't? Do I know to this day? Honestly, no. Now granted, they were probably cooler with people and they were probably more willing to fit in, which was one of my issues. I was someone who hated our hierarchies, right? I wouldn't 100% have considered myself a Sigma male in high school or even now, but I to this day hate hierarchies. I'm cool with working with a team, 100%, but my identity will not be within a group of people, especially in a setting like high school, where you don't really know anything. Shoot, I remember when I was 20 not too long ago, I thought I was on top of the world. I thought I knew everything at the age of 20. Literally fast forward 1 to 2 years and I didn't know jack. But there's not a lot of things worse than hearing from your crush's mouth theirself that they are not into you. Or when your crush starts joining in on the fun of making fun of how ugly you are, whether it's how skinny you are, your teeth, all the above, man. And that's the type of shit that starts a villain arc. And there's nothing wrong with clowning, don't get it twisted. It's gonna build character for you. Cause being chopped is a character build, especially in a setting like high school, where nothing really matters because no one really has a real career or job that they're doing at the moment. No one's like paying bills, and it isn't even 100% your future. Heck, the freaking valedictorian of your class might make less money than 100 of the people in their graduating class. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. But I remember being in high school and thinking like, bruh, when I grow up and I get older, I'm for sure gonna get a gym membership. Now granted, I was playing football at the time, so I lifted weights, during the off season, during the regular season, so on and so forth. But my diet was garbage. And granted, fast metabolism, so I'm not getting fat, but I'm not putting on a whole bunch of muscle. And at the end of my senior season, I stopped lifting weights in total. So about when I was on the lower end of 17 and the lower end of 19, I wasn't lifting weights at all. So yeah, the whole 18-year-old guy wasn't even lifting weights that much. Probably 5 times total lifted weights. Or just did like an actual workout, including like a run. But I just remember thinking in high school, like, man, hey, when I get out of high school, man, I'm gonna be that dog. Now, immediately after high school, was I a dog? No. Am I a dog now? Not really. But I'm gonna get there. And it's one of those things I look at in the sense of like, I probably make more money than most of the people who had a higher GPA than me in my graduating class, because they fell for the college thing. Oh, if you go to college, you're gonna get a good career. And now they got like student loan, all that good stuff that freaking they trick people into believing. And if you go to school, go to college, great, get that degree. I'm just being straight up with you, I'm sorry. Now, if you went to the military and you're getting a free education, that's different. Even if you use it on a useless subject like art history, it's free. But anyways, I started yapping again. I went off track a bunch of times, forgive me. Appreciate you for watching if you made it this far. Hey, my bad, it might be a little late. This might have came out a little late. I put my mask on. But hey, I'm here. Appreciate you. Like I said, I'm gonna stop talking. I talk too much. Deuce.